Hey guys, welcome back to our Halo, the TV series review for Paramount Plus, which has now been unblocked, and I have 2 copies of episode 2 now. They tried to copyright claim the first one. You guys, thanks to you, the Angry Army, we got it unblocked. I appreciate everybody who tweeted at them and sent them emails. They reversed their decision there. So I guess we are allowed to talk about it, and
good stuff, right?
just in time too, because episode 3, I'm gonna come out right out and say I liked it. I liked it more than episode 2, definitely more than episode 2, and parts of it better than episode 1. There are still issues, but I did like it a lot more. And also, let me address this, since our last 2 episodes were filmed at the same time when we got early access to it. I can actually respond to a lot of the criticism we've got. I'm just so sick of people who kind of assume that this show is immune from criticism, with the simple explanation that it's different. It's telling a different story, as if this new story is incapable of being a poor story or worse or just bad on its own, simply because it's different. So, you know, people, they basically say that, you know, this is the TV series, not the game, as a way to insulate it from all criticism. And that's just endlessly annoying to me.
We've never reviewed TV series on their own, right? Like, I don't think we've ever done anything like that.
No.
Look, if it's bad on its own, and we can judge it as something, you know, inspired by a game
what
that
it's
we
trying
love.
to be.
Look, I assure you that this is our jobs, and we understand.
That it is a different timeline.
It's
it is
still
different. And our criticisms aren't because we want it to be exactly like the video game. That's not what it is. Anyways, episode 3, Emergence, is emerging to potentially have some good direction of the series, and it's emerging a little bit resembling Halo.
Oh, yeah, you know, I was just talking with OJ, like what I've been missing in episode 1 and 2 is, to me, Halo, I need to see child slaves kissing each other in a pile of garbage.
Definitely.
And I need more man ass.
Right.
I really need to
Master
see
Cheeks.
I need to see Master Cheeks. Oof.
Ah.
I really wanted it. And then I want to see lab assistants that have this real rapey vibe. And I just need that as Halo to me, and without that, that's what I was missing. So episode 3 really like gets me back in there.
Didn't you say you wanted Master Chief to have a big reveal? Was that not big enough for you?
Well, I didn't see the front, man. That the mirror ended right there. It's like, come on, man.
It teased me.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice how we're losing more and more clothes? The blessed one was taking her clothes off. We got some side boob. Now we got some man ass and cheeks. In episode 4, we're gonna just
They're gonna get it on.
See Chief's dong.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it on.
Chief
Both
dong.
of them are gonna get it on. That's it.
Ugh. I was thinking she's like somehow tied to Chief. Like, I was like, oh God, are we doing this? She's Chief's sister or something, that they got separated or they met before or something, or are they gonna end up banging? Oh my God. Or is it something like, she's Chief's sister. She's, you know, just as good as Chief. In fact, she's better than Chief. Whoa.
No, man. She's the gatekeeper.
Oh my God.
Keymaster.
Can we talk about the motherfucking energy sword nail?
It's a mini sword.
So
Like, so does that mean she could do it for like all her fingers?
No, she only had one. She only had it to
But
one.
yeah, but she only did one, but she could do like Death
the
Claw.
Stupidest shit ever. And I bet you they're never gonna bring that up again. Like when she fights Master Chief, she's not gonna go like in Superman 4. Do you remember Superman 4: The Quest of Peace? How Nuclear Man scratches Superman. I guess that's what we're gonna get, or they'll never mention it again. I guess they might, because she seems to obviously have been
something like that
augmented by the aliens.
You gotta bring that back up.
She's bullets, guns can't aim at her. She's got this
As you
super.
can tell, we didn't like every single aspect, but I did think that the aspects with Master Chief and Cortana and sort of doing this investigating and this relationship between them is setting up an intriguing storyline.
Yes, I like that.
I like the Cortana Master Chief stuff. Now we'll get to her in a second. But we also get some more politics. You know, the Admiral is setting up Miranda in a parallel team from Halsey. And if you don't know, Miranda is Halsey's daughter. So there's going to be some conflict there that maybe it seems as if Halsey doesn't really like her daughter all that much. You got to wonder why, she's Halsey, man. She's pretty crazy here, creating clones.
Won't track mine. Nothing is gonna stop her.
Nothing's gonna stop. She's got no qualms about any sort of ethics or questions with that regard. She's just gonna do what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
And she basically fucking dips her clone in acid and doesn't even use her organs. You could have used those organs somewhere, but no.
She murders her violently and painfully.
Yeah.
It's like, you will feel every bit of this. You're going to die.
Well, the assistant used it, didn't he?
In order to get, and this is kind of lore appropriate because, it's Dr. Halsey, and I was wondering how they got the AI. So this is interesting to kind of see this this transition or this process. It was super freaky, man. Ooh, it's got that Instagram filter or something on her face.
Very creepy.
Very creepy with the bald headed and the no eyebrows. But, it's coming across. It's resembling Halo here. And then we go and we get more Quan stuff back on the asteroid.
That's
The episode grinded to a halt. We get more of your favorite train car, Joe. They got to show off that train car set because they fully built that.
All right, so they did that. So they have to bring back the finger. Yeah. Right? They have to bring it back. Like, that was stupid.
Well, why are you bringing up the finger again, Joe?
Because
the
they got
shall
to.
not be mentioned.
They have to.
Okay.
Because I've never seen that before.
Or
is it canon?
You can't get off.
Is it canon? Might be canon.
No, Joe. The energy sword finger. I don't think it's canon. But so there are some questionable things here. Everything in the trash with these two kids kissing. I don't understand.
It's got to lead up to something.
It was so.
They needed to show you exactly where the chosen one comes from, that she was a trash slave. And that's why she hates humanity.
And humanity is so over the top evil that they're using child slave labor, and they get so pissed off with her because she didn't pick up trash for a few seconds that they're going to brutally murder
but
her.
But the kid
her
also
boyfriend
says, like, well, whenever somebody
hits.
says kiss, I guess you got to kiss.
I know he was
like, that's
some hardcore manipulation.
Is that gonna get brought
Grooming.
up later on too? Maybe.
You're saying the kid deserved it.
Kiss Master Chief? Is that what you're thinking this is leading to? Oh my God.
Oh, they're definitely gonna bang.
I don't think you need to look much into that, other than she hates humanity because they were, trash to her because she was in trash and they killed her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, what did you guys think of this episode? Do you agree with me in that it was better or
I
worse?
100% agree with you on this one. I do like the intrigue that's going on. How Cortana is gonna factor with Halsey and Master Chief.
Yeah,
I like that aspect, and what's going on with what was her name? Amanda.
Yeah,
Miranda. She's also trying to figure out what's going on with the weapon, and then I'm gonna get super fucking pissed off if Quan kills Soren.
Quan's not going to kill Soren.
Well, not her, but like
Gets him
her
killed.
stupid decisions
are
going to get him killed.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to get fucking pissed. It's like, Quan, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I like Soren.
Yeah, I like Soren too.
Don't bring him into this bullshit. But
bullshit side plot that we don't need. She wants to go back to Madrigal in order to fight the insurrection and fight the creepy,
rebellion.
Slimy dude.
Yeah, he's always a creep in every movie.
In everything he does. Yeah, Alex.
Mm-hmm. I think that this is better than 2, but that doesn't mean anything because I don't think 2 had almost any redeeming qualities. There's still several side plots that don't have any reason to exist whatsoever. Anything with Quan's bad. Quan is a bad character. That does not have anything to do with Master Chief. It doesn't have any. We don't see anything about it now, and all it does is it sucks all of the air out of the room.
Yes.
And it fills it with farts, and it's terrible. Anything
and the 90s flapper or the 40s flapper girls.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just ridiculous. Any of the UNSC, oh mom won't let me look at that, and I fucking hate that sucks. Anything with like the internal politics of the UNSC is bad. It's fucking bad.
I'm a little less on that.
this.
I disagree with you a little bit.
Sure,
on that. We need a little bit of politics.
No, politics is fine. That is not politics. That's my mommy won't let me look at the thing. That's fucking stupid, and there's no point to it. There's drama that can happen within the show. It doesn't even have to be video game drama. It could just be smart. We are fighting fucking aliens. I don't care who's gonna lose their fucking funding.
It's no longer about funding.
It is still very much about funding.
No, it's about making sure that Halsey doesn't have all of the control, and she is using her daughter as a pawn to pit her against each other in order to undermine her. I get it, but that actually is, in my opinion, that can be interesting drama.
Oh, it could if it was
drama.
handled by writers with brains and the people who have read sci-fi. It could work. It just for me, it doesn't work at all. There's some strengths that this show has, and there's not very many of them. Yeah. And they're focusing on almost none of them. And we're getting shit off for planets that don't matter, that have nothing to do with Halo or Master Chief. We're showing that the good guys, the people we're supposed to like, are shitbags and I want the Covenant to win. Like, the Covenant have showed that they're not evil.
I know, yeah, they are the good
The humans
guys
are pieces of
shit.
shit.
The humans are pieces of shit. They dropped 2 elites, by the way, into an entire fucking planet of shitbag slavers with guns and prods, and they beat everybody up.
Yeah, so it's
I guess they have full autonomy there. They use a device called the Luminary device that glows as they get near the blessed one and the girl. And these poor kids, they are not very good actors. At least they got a kid that looks like her.
It's sci-fi.
Right?
Acting,
but she nods at him and he nods at her. It's such an awkward moment.
She just learned about grass, and she's just like, "Oh, she's aliens! Like, totally cool with that."
No reaction to the aliens.
Maybe she thought those were just adults, ugly adults.
Then the best part is I really enjoyed the CGI here when it has to do with Mercy and the Covenant High Council. Man, that looks so good. Like I guess that's where some of the budget went. But where did the rest of the $90 million budget go when there's, in this episode, if I can nitpick, there's no action. Like, where is this money going? Hopefully later on, yes, so I will get there. But hopefully later on we have some gun battles and some more stuff that we got a taste of in episode 1. But yes, this episode has the best trailer scene that we saw in the trailer. This has that horror scene. And honestly, this was fucking badass. Other than the fact that it's completely fucking stupid. Like, these are the worst fucking fleet captains ever to be like, okay, here comes a Covenant ship. Not only does it warp in and it acts like it's limp, but you don't fucking bother scanning the goddamn little thing coming over, the little pod coming over to see if there's multiple people on the ship.
No, just worms.
They would have detected worms and her, but it's so stupid that they're like, number one, it takes like 7 human ships to take on a single Covenant Corvette. And this apparently, they're creating new craft, by the way. This is the, what is it, a Goliath class or something like that? It's called, I actually looked this up. It's called the fake rescue, the Gladius of the Gladius class. It's a new ship that they make because I've only seen Paris frigates. But I like that. I love, and when we went to there and I saw the bridge, I just love that sci-fi shit. I'm like, please give me some Halo Fleet battles like we were playing that board game. Go check out our episode, AJ's Table Time, Halo Fleet battles. Hopefully we get some of that war stuff later on. But anyway, these guys act so fucking stupid because they are easily manipulated. She calls him, help me, please. I'm the only one on this fucking ship. Where are all the Covenant? They left when the engines wouldn't work.
It's like this is directed by
they left it. They didn't even call for help. Whatever.
This was like fucking worse than middle school level directing. You have a bunch of Marines standing there, and a woman who's betrayed them, and then they're just like, and she's just walking through like she's bulletproof. So you are not bulletproof,
right? So that's what I have a problem with. So I upon rewatching and seeing it, from the trailer, I'm like, okay, it makes a little more sense. At least they were surprised, right? They thought it was only one lady. They bring 20 Marines. Okay, I get it, but not scanning the fucking ship, right? That pisses me off so much. And then all the worms come, and this is a badass scene. So they're pop, 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 shooting. And when you think about it, I'm like, holy shit! I think the worms here, the Legetto worms.
Legetto worms.
Legetto. I have the actual name here somewhere, but. They're actually more dangerous, in my opinion. Golo. The Golo are more dangerous in their worm form than they are formed in a goddamn hunter because there's so many goddamn little targets they can't fucking, and people are being sucked. Like, it looked really good.
It was a great horror.
That's
like
where some of the
scene.
budget is
I
going.
was like, that looked great.
It looked great. I really enjoyed that. However, they then had to fuck it up again by the goddamn captain who has a pistol. He's shown to have the pistol several times. He shoots right at her. And the way it's edited, it makes it, he shoots her, and I guess the bullet goes completely through her, or he completely misses, but he's at point blank range. All of these Marines are under attack, and nobody decides to shoot.
At least show me that she's got a shield on or something.
That would have been great. A Covenant Elite shield.
Totally makes sense, but otherwise, no, it's just some idiot girl that's going like, I'm bulletproof.
I would have just taken it and was like, hey, call him off, or I'm going to fucking shoot you in the head. Call him off.
Or just shoot her immediately because obviously you're fucked already, and you got to stop her from doing whatever. But they said the guy says you ain't getting shit off my ship. She's like, "Where's your base? Where are you from?" And all this stuff. And he's like, "You ain't getting shit from here." Godspeed to that man for staying, solid.
I thought he killed himself because he went.
Yeah, I was like, "What is this?" He managed to do this.
He's like, "See you later, sucker."
Yeah.
Nope.
Like Larry, Mo, and Curly, like she was gonna poke his eye, and he was gonna stop her from poking his eye. But little did he know that she had an energy sword designer nail.
That's an expensive manicure.
Oh my God. Anyways, we get the Cortana reveal in this episode, and it turns out that she doesn't look like Halsey anymore. She's kind of she actually is the voice actress. She's almost like a merging between the two. The thing that bothers me, I didn't expect this, but she is CGI, right? The effect was CGI. I thought it was going to be like you were going to use the actress and we're just going to apply a glow to her or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's like full CGI, and I guess that makes sense because it's a Cortana. She's an artificial construct and everything. But I still disagree with the fact that if you're going to do that anyway, then why is she not blue? Why does she not use you got the actual voice actress, and you're not going to use the actual Cortana model?
They don't know she's blue.
Or make her
They didn't
look
play
like
the games.
I know, right?
That's different, Joe. All right, just get that through your head.
I know it's something small. It's a nitpick, but it's something that they could easily do. It's like, no, this is my Halo, and in my Halo, she's skin toned, and it's just very uncanny valley to look at her. I'm curious how it would have looked if she was more human-like, but that's not supposed to be the point of Cortana. Cortana is she's an AI enhancement, and here she kind of complains about not getting full control at Master Chief because this kind of program is supposed to be the new Spartan. She's supposed to take over the body and be in complete control, but they hold her off because it is John who actually is able to interact with the object. And in fact, when they turn John off and bring her in unconscious, the thing goes off. So Halsey's like, no, I can't give you full control. You're going to have to go together. So they explain that well within the universe on why she doesn't get full control and stuff. And we'll know eventually. And she's basically a fucking snitch. A little bitch.
Yeah, she is.
I don't necessarily.
I don't like that.
I don't love
No, but
Cortana.
that's the way.
It.
You get it. She has been built by Halsey,
Yes,
and she's
yes.
still young. She is essentially, I like this. She is a baby. She's in an adult body, but she's a fucking baby and learning.
Later on,
and stuff.
she'll get her moral compass.
She'll get her moral compass.
I'm gonna be with John.
Exactly, and then we
That
get
was
the
fun.
Halo that we
That
know.
was fun.
I cannot
Oh,
wait
we
to
are getting
And
the Halo
then
we
I
know.
cannot
okay,
wait to
I
get
can
to
get
that
behind
point.
this. And then along comes Quan.
All right, yeah, and then we grind to a halt here, and yeah.
Quan
So
says, "I'm leaving."
Cortana's supposed to be able to enhance his abilities 100-fold. She melts her fucking clone in acid. Man, that girl's crazy, man. I don't know.
Well, she
what
knew
they're
her
gonna
lab
do.
assistant was diddling the clone at night. He's
Oh
like,
my God, that lab assistant. He was like trying to lean over to
He
like
was
kiss her.
gonna kiss.
he was gonna pull the Terminator 2 and just lick her face from like bottom to top. It's like, ugh.
He reminded me of that creepy guy in Alien.
Yeah, but so Silver Team, they have a moment here where John, God, so now he's completely naked. He's running around with his underwear. He's not gonna have his helmet. He doesn't even have his suit. He's running around in underwear, and he has a scene with Silver Team. I love that guy's voice. What is it? What is he? Won something? We forgot what his designation is already. But I like his voice. And they're like, Chief, we've been with you forever. We've been briefed. We've been briefed. We're with you the whole way. And then Cortana like pops in, introduces herself like a little kid. He's like, what the hell? What is his name?
Vankin.
Vankin? Is that really what it is? I guess they haven't said it in the show yet. We knew his designation from our last review, but I don't remember it. Anyways, so if you notice that the female Spartan there, I forget her designation, she is they keep lingering on her. She's like spying on him.
Yeah.
They give the camera to her multiple times. So I'm wondering if they're setting up a mole or a betrayal or a tattle on your ass, or if it's more ambiguous and she's actually just showing concern.
I think my prediction is it's more of a jealousy thing that she's kind of into John, which doesn't make sense with the whole hormonal, pill that she's supposed to have. I just think in my opinion, it's shitty writing, and they kind of forgot that she's got a hormonal pill. But maybe her love for him is so extreme.
You think that they're going that direction?
I just thought they was like,
she was spying on him naked. Yeah. She's like watching him buck ass naked, just swinging in front of the mirror. It's like.
Well, that's when John removes his emotion suppressor so that he actually feel. And honestly, this is book lore stuff. And delving into Master Chief, we're doing a deconstruction of Master Chief. I didn't mind this either. I like the fact that he's kind of experiencing for the first time. Cortana is noticing that this is a new experience for him. And she's gaining his trust through the manipulation of Halsey. We don't want you to be seen as a spy. This is really great intrigue because it leads to a great betrayal when all of this stuff is revealed. And then, obviously Cortana has to make her a decision on who she sides with. But it's just interesting, seeing he's like experiencing music and musical performances, looking at the ships in the night sky and the stars. And what's great about this is that the Halo universe is being fully realized in the production design. While the writers may not be as talented as we want them to be, the production designers, the people that come up and craft these things, and the CGI people, they're great. We're starting to see Halo civilians. We don't really get to see that much of that in the games and culture and clothing. And I just really like all that stuff. I love ships and space, and I love sci-fi and space operas, and I hope we get to see more fleet battles in the future. But anyway, it culminates into John knowing that there are multiple pieces and from his past. And while Halsey kind of wants to shut this shit down, she realizes, oh look, we got a lead on a second device here, and he's going to go to a different planet. I liked how the Spartans when they're training, it's like all fucking serious. Everybody's like relaxing and shit, but the Spartans are like, going through this program where it's like, they have photographic memory of everything, and she's like training. It's just cool. It's like Spartans are fucking awesome. Maybe not like in this universe. Did you notice how he doesn't really seem much bigger than anybody else?
He's not.
He's like walking past people. I'm like, I don't feel that, he's as big.
He's on a subway train, and everyone's just like, oh, this is a dude. So
it looks like
it'd be like, what the fuck is that?
That's the one thing that I don't like. So I am now, I think I am now officially over, because I have to be, the fact that he's got his helmet off, doesn't even fucking wear his armor. It doesn't feel Master Chief to me, but whatever. We're just going with his character. And honestly,
he's John
you can't really
We're just going to call him John. That's it. That's it from here on out.
I mean, you can't really do some of these scenes without taking off his armor, getting rid of his chip. I mean, I guess you can, but it would be a worse kind of looking scene. And then, him looking. You could still do it, but whatever. I'm over it, and I'm just trying to see whether this story that they're telling is satisfying, and it's going to result in something. But every time they flip on over to Quan is when the thing loses steam.
100% agreed with that.
Yeah. So, and then he goes to the planet. unexpectedly, Dr. Halsey is a big part of this, man. She's like, I'm going with you, too. I'm like, okay. And then they go on a different kind of ship.
Looking for that big-ass weapon.
Yeah. And Chief is looking out the window. Cortana's behind him, and she's like, that's what Cortana's for. If something goes wrong, we'll use Cortana in order to control Chief.
Turn his brain off.
Yep.
Because Chief is getting all these rush of feelings. And I guess I think what the show is going to eventually be is Chief is more powerful, not only with Cortana enhancing his abilities, but also when he can feel things, he's going to be a more effective soldier, is maybe where they're going with that. But I'm really looking forward to them getting to Halo and getting more into the Covenant War, because every time you do the insurgency and this subplot of getting revenge for Quan, it's not really working. So, and I hope they ramp up the action. But overall, this is a good episode. Let's give it a final verdict.
For me, I'm gonna give this one a 7. I did enjoy it, but it took me out a lot of these times with these weird ass scenes and with Quan. I feel like it's gonna be a big roller coaster. The next scene we're gonna have is Quan going back to her place, and there is gonna be a fight, but it's gonna be the rebels because it's cheaper to do that.
Right.
Is what I'm afraid of.
Chevy
and
trucks
then
and
we're gonna
shit.
get some stuff with John and his home planet thing, but more with Quan, which I'm hoping not. We don't get that, but
and then when they do the Covenant battle, it's going to be 2 elites, and
it's gonna be I don't know.
it's a fighting. I don't know.
But yeah, 7. I like the introduction
did
with
the budget
Cortana and Halsey and all this backstab shit that's going on. It has me intrigued.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a little lower. I think this is a 6. I think this episode is solidified for me that this series is wholly and completely unfocused. We've got the John storyline, which I like. We have the Covenant Chosen One storyline, which I don't know if I like yet, but we'll see. We have Quan, which I don't like at all. Like, there's no reason for it. That we have the family, the Halsey family dynamics situation, the parallel teams working against each other. Talking about like who's going to have access, who's going to have funding is something that they talked about in this show. And like that with these 4 different, and there's probably little other ones going on, but like these 4 storylines, some of them are working, and I think we have to lose to focus the show up and tighten it up. You have to lose at least one of them.
And Quan is the one we want.
The Quan is the one that we want, but I just don't see that happening.
Not gonna happen.
I imagine they'll probably all come back together for some reason. It's just not working. So a lot of the show is not working. Cortana, I'm hoping that this Cortana is, like you said, in the infancy. She develops into something that just seems a little bit better. I actually like Pablo. I think he's doing a fine job. I know people give him a lot of shit for playing John. That's
why I said I liked John earlier in the previous reviews. I said I liked him. I think it's because of Pablo and what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's still different Master Chief.
For sure.
But
for sure.
He's all right.
And so I think this episode is above average. I'm going to give it a 6.
Yeah.
I really did like the action scene, and there's some other stuff. It's just every time that they do something great, there's a shit stain smeared across the middle, and there's like, why?
Why would you do that?
Yeah. So I would as we move forward, I hope they focus more on Covenant, Silver Team and Chief and Cortana. These kinds of things are working. Quan,
it's a focal
Miranda,
point now, though.
These things are less working. And officially over, Chief just always having his armor off. But the second I say that, now he's going to wear his armor from here on out. Maybe we'll get just full-on armor from here on out. That would be cool, too.
We need another review.
Yeah, and then Flapper and Space Boy not really working either. But anyways, and the suspect thing is this blessed one and how she's going to factor in. Is it her? Is it Master Chief's stronger sister, or is it Master Chief's new lover, and she's better than Chief in every way?
Keymaster.
We'll see.
And are you gonna
I'm gonna give this
the infamous nail.
And the nail. I was going to give it a 7. You brought that fucking nail back up. I'm giving it a 6. Because there are great points to it. There are low points to it. But, hey, we're coming back. But see, the reason why I say almost 7 is because I do like it better than episode 1 and 2. So hopefully this is a sign of things to come. The emergence of the good side of the Halo television show. Look at that. You didn't even need to fucking, block our videos worldwide. If you put together a good episode.
But again, I think it's just going to be a roller coaster.
I do think, yeah. Watch, after all this praise, the next episode.
Everything we said we did
not
want.
Back to
Madrigal. It's just going to be nothing but nonstop Madrigal.
That's going to happen. You know this.
I know. And then we'll sometimes cut back to Chief doing the exploration. No action. And then maybe at the very end of the series, we'll get one action where there's like 5 elites. And we did see the one of... I don't know. We'll have that one ghost flying around somewhere. Anyways.
Oh, we're going to get Craig. We need Craig.
We need Craig up in here. Well, that's like season 4 or something like that, if they can even get there. But if who is watching all these Star Trek, 5 different Star Trek series, you would think that the Halo is gonna get some viewership because people are sick of Star Trek. Maybe they'll get some there. But all right, well, that's our opinion. Hopefully, it continues an upward trend. And we'll see where it goes next. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye guys.